What's up, everybody? First and foremost, appreciate you guys, making it out today. Really exciting to get, we've been in phase 1 and phase 2 with our players, but to get actually out here and be able to have some competitive reps and see how our guys handle really getting a lot thrown at them in about a morning meeting, and then we're out here practicing. So a lot of things we can go in and correct. I think these guys learn first and foremost, like every year, the group tends to learn is football shape is a little bit different than the postseason kind of, underwear Olympic shape that they tend to come in. And I think that's why we get them when we do, and got a great schedule and plan of attack. Really thankful for all the support staff that can put this together to have a full group like this the way we did, the way we do, and ultimately it all goes back to the work that was done to identify these players with the draft process, and really exciting to see a whole process kind of come to a head and see these guys wearing purple out here and starting to begin the process of their growth and their journey. Did want to highlight just ultimate excitement and compliments to the Minnesota Timberwolves, how excited I know I am personally, and our guys in this building. It's been talked about on a daily basis. Those guys are rolling right now, and the sky's the absolute limit for them, and we're right there with them every step of the way. And the Twins winning 15 out of 17. Haven't been able to watch a whole many of those games, but awfully exciting, from a standpoint of the Twin Cities and those guys setting the tone for hopefully, a heck of a calendar year of success for all of us. So with that, I'll open it up.
Kevin, how do you go about deciding how much to put on JJ's plate as far as learning the offense and implementing out here?
Yeah, we're keeping it pretty tight for right now as a group, but JJ is getting a little bit more, a little bit extra here and there, a little bit stacking some things together for him. So when Monday comes around, that's the way I'm kind of looking at this weekend. This weekend is really about preparing him to then step in with the full group next week, and then a week from there we start our first OTA with the whole group. He's doing a great job handling everything and just enjoying seeing the process, rep to rep improvement, taking coaching points from Josh or Wes or myself, and just continuing to build on what we've spent a lot of time together pre-draft. And one of the real benefits of that is in a lot of ways, a lot of the things we're talking about he's not hearing for the first time now. That's what I like so much about the process we went through pre-draft, but it'll feel like a lot at times to him, and that's okay. And we just kind of want to continue to stress them above the neck, and then when we get out here on the grass, it's techniques, fundamentals, rhythm, timing, all the things that go into playing quarterback in our offense. And excited. It's just fun to be out here with them on the grass.
What's the process now, though? Like, do you take today's film, go upstairs with him? Do you wait till it's all done? Just as far as breaking down things from his completions to that pick six?
Yeah, no, we'll go in and watch the competitive reps in 7-on that we had. We'll watch individual and try to tie some teaching points. Was he open enough throwing to his left? Was he closed enough throwing to his right? Hey, what did you see here pre-snap that made you anticipate making that throw, or why didn't you anticipate making that throw? And then we try to tie it all together with the multiple views that we have. Total learning environment. There really isn't, I know some folks may be keeping track of completions and interceptions and things like that. It's too early for that conversation, I can tell you that much. But yeah, it's all teachable, and that's what makes it this time of year so valuable, not only for JJ, but Dallas on the other side. A lot of our players that we're asking to come in here and have an impact. I mean, I finished my team meeting today showing a clip of Ivan Pace at rookie minicamp last year, and then stacked that with a game-winning interception against the Raiders. So each individual guy is going to have their football journey in the National Football League. I feel like our jobs is to make them feel very fortunate it happened to come in Minnesota with us as a staff, and that we're going to do everything we possibly can to help them.
Kevin, how much recall have you seen from JJ in terms of things you talked about with him before the draft and now? I don't know how much there is continuity there, but how much have you noticed that?
Jumped out right away. Even yesterday hearing from Josh and Grant about the initial meetings, and you arrive here this morning and he's out by himself walking through plays already, and not because anybody told him to, but he's trying to have the best possible day that he can today, and then try to do the same thing tomorrow. This guy is a process-driven guy and understands that there's a long road ahead of him, that we're just trying to make incremental gains that will be solidified as part of how he plays quarterback for a long time. So I've been really impressed with him so far, and look forward to getting another full day tomorrow.
joke about it, but like, is it right now for you guys just results just don't really matter?
Well, I think they matter, Alec, and when an interception happens, you guys have heard me say it before, no interception ever has the same story. There could have been too wide of alignment by that player he threw it to start, and then so all we did was take away our angle to make the throw before the ball was ever snapped. It might have been a footwork thing. It might have been a total understanding of kind of the full progression. So he'll see it on tape. Hey, here was my answer. It might not have been really exciting to check the ball down, especially in a 7-on-7 environment. These guys tend to, when they're not feeling the rush, they tend to be a little more aggressive with their arms, and I like that. Trial and error, and we move on to the next rep. But hopefully, as I told him the second time he got a chance to rep that play, in a joking way, I said, let's hope we can survive rep number 2 of your Vikings career on the play. So, and he was great. He's having a blast out here, huffing and puffing a little bit. I can see him running gassers right over your shoulder right now. So I think he took the message from me.
Coach, with the 5 players who are here that were on the team last year, I guess, how much does it benefit them to be here? But then is there also benefit just for some of these new guys in their position groups that they have familiarity with?
Yeah, it's a great question, and really a huge part of it is the rules allow us to have those guys here. We would have had T-Rob here as well on the O-line. He had a family situation pop up, and but looking at Thayer, I was joking with him out there because you're really 1 year to the day of the first time we got on the grass with him, just the growth and the development and the mindset that he has now, and really being a calming presence out there with Malik. I mean, Malik Knowles is a guy we're really excited about and really knew kind of what we were looking at from a standpoint of a medical redshirt type year coming off of that bowl game injury he had. And he gets, whatever it's going to be, 15, 20, 25 extra reps before we get out there with the main group here in a few days. And I think that's exciting. Any extra reps for guys like that, wearing a jersey, cleats, helmet, and feeling, a huddle call, breaking the huddle, getting aligned. It's stealing time on tasks that other guys, based upon the rules, aren't afforded to.
What was your feeling about just the undrafted process, free agent process, who you guys were able to bring in kind of, last year you mentioned Ivan, but just what did you think of the crew?
Yeah, it's always very competitive. It's always very competitive post-draft, and you always continue to try to make that process as seamless as you possibly can. But in the end, it's chaos. So you're trying to have a lot of conversations. I'm trying to be as involved as I possibly can. But we solidify our roster with those, however many guys we get to join our team. We're at 90 right now, and so we're already in the one in, one out world, which is tough in May, but that means we've identified some players, both veteran-wise and young guys-wise, we want to try to build around and start to see this picture come together.
What would be your plan for Dallas Turner here? I know you didn't have private workout with him, but he came in here and maybe got some stuff in during that meeting. But what's sort of the plan to get him up to speed? Yeah,
I think the big thing is, learning the base way that we align, base way we want to play defense. There are some newer things that all of our guys will be learning and getting on the field and doing together for the first time in a lot of ways when we get rolling. But for Dallas, it's just getting comfortable, in that home position on the edge as an outside linebacker. And then from there, once he can kind of build that comfort, then you can, begin to stress him snap in, snap out, where he's lining up in some different spots, doing some different jobs depending on down and distance, who else is he in the game with. I mean, think about Andrew Van Ginkel in the same way, where the versatility to do multiple jobs, and then you got JG, that has the ability to rush inside and out, and pair those guys with some interior rush as well, and you start to see a third down package start to materialize. Now, there's a reason why I have pretty strong feelings about doing team full speed at rookie minicamp. And in many ways, it's to protect the guys from themselves, adding those extra few big guys on the field, and we had kind of a golden rule of staying off the ground today, and I think we were pretty darn close to a perfect day from that standpoint. So now I'm going to tell them tomorrow maybe we weren't practicing hard enough. So either way, it's like I said, I'm just having a blast out here with these guys, and coaching is really fun when you're watching tape and you're in the meeting room, but there's nothing that compares to being out on the grass with the guys.
Last two, Kevin, I know it's only day one, but getting to work with Josh and Wes, how did that operation feel?
Yeah, we've been at it. Phase 2, just wrapped up phase 2, week 2 with our guys. So we've been out there, with the offense and the defense, kind of for the last couple weeks. And Josh McCown, the best thing Josh does is he communicates in a way that is so full of information and knowledge, having a guy that played as long as he did and really worked through a lot of aspects of the position as a player. But he's got an unbelievable aspect of teaching, how he communicates things, how he can demonstrate things, how he can allow a player to, kind of get it and understand that next rep is either going to solidify that or it's going to provide another opportunity to coach. And Josh has absolutely been awesome from day one, and it goes back long before today, long before even phase 2. Grant Udinsky is a phenomenal young coach and has helped me out so much these first 2 years in a lot more ways than just, coaching a position or really being my right-hand man. So watching those two guys together and gel the way they have, it's really, really cool.
Sometimes the corrections, like you're saying, in the moment, that sometimes they're easier to do, but when do you start ramping up from the neck up and then the transition to the field for these young guys, like retention on that?
Yeah, I think that's part of it, because in many ways we play a game on a Sunday. They're in on a Monday getting some corrections in the classroom. There's a day off Tuesday, and then we're back preparing for an opponent on Wednesday, and it's a very similar setup. It's meeting room, walkthrough, practice, and you just repeat that over and over again with different emphasis on what you're working. But we've got to see guys, especially young players, the fastest way for them to do things on Sundays and bring excitement to our fans and help us win is to do the little things right throughout building kind of the process of what it means to be a pro, and it's our jobs to help them do that. A lot of these guys have come from great coaching, come from great programs, but they haven't been a part of our program, and we're going to try to take what they do well, how they learn the way they learn, so we can teach as elite teachers and communicators, and that's position coaches, that's coordinators, that's me in front of the whole team. And ultimately that's why I feel so strongly about our coaching staff, because teachers, motivators, communicators, I don't really want anything else but that, and guys have to be ultimately comfortable doing that at the highest level possible on a daily basis.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks guys.
Up next.